Hey, how you doing? Evan Marsh. This is my report on Akashi Murakami. I like Akashi Murakami. He seems like to be a super awesome dude, and I like to see the business formulas and strategies he used to put together his business and make a pretty from what I'm looking at, what I'm studying about him is a pretty respectful life. Yeah, you see, I put a picture of him and Kanye. Uh, I think that I would love to work with Kanye. I think me and Kanye could put some good music out. So, yeah, Takashi Murakami. Yeah, his art is phenomenal. He took it from he was born February 1st, 1962. He's a Japanese contemporary artist, and I like this form of business because he specializes in commercial media. I was reading up on him and studying, and I just put up the commercial media because that's an aspect of entertainment business. And yeah, basically, he just questioned the Japanese artistic tradition. You know, excuse me. So he compared it to the post-war the Japanese culture. From what I'm assuming is that to me it looks like he took emotion and compared it with the juggernauts of today. So yeah, emotion is displayed different versus power. Mickey Mouse is a powerhouse hitter, and with a sinister look and a sharp teeth, and that it's two components compared into one, and that's what makes me think artists are so great at what they do. When they display rage. Who knows what he was going through that day when he was painting that. And and I thought it was cool that I mean, even the shirt Kanye's wearing was designed by him. The heart on his shirt he was designed by. And if you Google this guy, you'll see a slew of work and stuff. And I think that's really cool. So Akashi Murakami, a Japanese contemporary artist, specializes in commercial media, and he questioned Japanese artistic tradition versus the post-war on Japanese culture. The post-war, inside the Japanese culture actually. And I put up a few pictures of his shoes. War can be an atrocity, but at the same time, if you apply that same passion to creation and creativity, you'll come up with something like what's on the right. Yeah, I put up a few more paintings of him, of his work. I think that's really cool. You know, it's kind of it's kind of whatever you call it, but it's really really nice. And if you look at art, I can imagine these things, being like real characters in his life, and he just designed them in a different way. So I think that's really really cool. And I like that mural that's on the wall over there too, and that painting behind him too. It's very beautiful in nature. So that what brings us to fashion, merchandise, animation. I understand that in this entertainment art business, you're going to need a business formula, and I think that all artists, no matter who, should transition to fashion and merchandise, paintings, and shoes. Well, fashion is shoes, but merchandises can be many things: animation, cartoons, and with the use of stuff like Facebook and Twitter and all those social media platforms. And Takashi Murakami had attended the Tokyo University of the Arts. So, he is educated. So, I guess that was he used to hone his skills to put together a pretty well thought out process. And part of his motivation for his art, it was his dissatisfaction of the current state of the art scenes in Tokyo. So, that is, very well received, when you're dissatisfied with the market, that you just create your own, you know. I think that's a pretty good aspect, whatever industry you're in. Look at the whole industry. Make something that, see what's not there and make it. So his aspect that he comes from is from social criticism and satire, lighthearted, fun, and from our previous studies, some compare him to Jeff Koons. So that's pretty, that's pretty respectable, well mannered guy, dresses real sharp, he's Japanese, he's known for contemporary art, and his movement is called super flat. Super flat, it describes, excuse me, super flat, which describes both the aesthetic characteristics of the Japanese artistic tradition and the nature of post-war Japanese culture and society. And is also used for Murakami's own artistic style and that of other Japanese artists he has influenced. So, there's a lot of people that looks up to this guy. You know, yeah, the guy's pretty awesome. I mean, this would look really good on a T-shirt or a video game or whatever, an album cover or whatever else you think you can design. So, and I mean, yeah, that's one way to look at it. And again, he went, you know, he he's involved within the Museum of Contemporary Arts in Los Angeles, the Museum of Contemporary Arts in Los Angeles. He posts his work there, and I mean, what great place to promote, clothing or whatever, sell albums. You could sell albums in a museum. When you're doing sales, you're going to need a whole bunch of different outlets to like develop some kind of sales stream and revenue. So, and he even got into real estate development. Roppongi Hills, a real estate development company he founded. I mean, real estate, art, clothing, if you're going to be in this business, it's best you be multifaceted, you know, multifaceted, multiple stream source and income. You're going to need that. And even, and I think it's even more cool, he done art for music videos. He done a few of Kanye West's music videos. And I mean, this guy was selling art for like 22 million, and some of them were I counted like well above $50 million, on art that was sold. So, it's best to look and learn and see how this guy, is making money. And, I mean, probably he adapted his business strategy from other people, but at the same time, he put a lot of stuff together, and it's like, I think it's just amazing on how this guy really just put together his whole business plan. And I'm glad that I got to study this guy. And I would, like I said again, I would love to work with somebody like this guy, designing clothes, wear some of his clothes he made in a music video, put some of his art on the album cover. If I can, sell a trampoline with his art on the bouncy part, I gotta figure it out. Gotta figure it out. I put the credits right there, so, but all in all, as an entertainment executive, with backgrounds in being an agent and being in the background of managing and being in the background of finances, who knows, you might be able to come out with a cryptocurrency for artists, so many Takashi coins or Evan Reckon coins, can enable you to power up by 30% on a video game. You can use that stuff for, I mean, even looking at a movie like Transformers or something, when you see Bumblebee and Optimus Prime going to do an adventure, you know, stopping at a stoplight, and you see paintings in the background. You know, there's a bunch of different components to promote different things. You see what I'm saying? And I like thinking about this because it enables me to be able to place myself in a situation that can make it more profitable for myself and all of those who is involved. So, you know, thanks to this, thanks to contemporary art and, you know, my business strategy and financial analyst background, you know, who knows, you know, I Evan Recker Marsh, aim to be one of the wealthiest men in the history of America. Yeah, yeah, America. And thank you